During the COVID-19 pandemic in May 2020, Miles Bron, the billionaire co-founder of the technology company Alpha, decides to host a murder mystery game at his mansion, the Glass Onion, on his private island in Greece. He invites 5 friends: Alpha head scientist Lionel Toussaint, Connecticut Governor Claire DeBella, controversial fashion designer Bertie J, men's rights streamer Duke Cody, and Alpha co-founder and ousted ex-CEO Cassandra Andy Barand. Famous detective Benoit Blanc also receives an invitation and joins the group, along with Bertie's assistant Peg and Duke's girlfriend Whiskey. Miles questions the presence of Blanc, not invited by him, but allows him to stay, assuming that another guest invited him as a joke. Blanc overhears Peg confront Miles over a PR statement he wants Bertie to release, and sees Duke watch Whiskey in bed with Miles. Before dinner, Miles shows off the Mona Lisa, which he has on loan from the Louvre, and reveals that the Glass Onion is powered by Clear, a hydrogen-based alternative fuel that Alpha will launch in a week. Despite Lionel's and Claire's safety concerns, Blanc solves Miles's pretend murder mystery immediately, and tensions over Andy's presence culminate in her leaving the main party room. Suddenly, Duke collapses and dies after drinking from Miles's glass. The panicking group suspects Andy. After the group discovers that Duke's pistol is missing, the power goes out and everyone splits up in the chaos. Blanc finds Andy, but an unseen assailant shoots her. Blanc gathers the rest of the group and announces that he has solved Andy's murder. An extended flashback shows that Andy actually died, supposedly by suicide, a week before the trip, and her twin sister Helen hired Blanc to investigate her death. At Alpha, Andy had halted development of Clear due to safety concerns, and so Miles had her removed as CEO. This maneuver was supported by their friends perjuring themselves by testifying that he had single-handedly sketched out the plan for Alpha years ago on a napkin. However, Andy rediscovered the original napkin where she had written out the idea, and he mailed a photo of the evidence to the group. Helen suspects that someone in the group killed Andy to avoid being discredited and to gain favor with Miles. With the news of Andy's death not yet public, Blanc proposed that Helen pose as Andy at Miles's party, helping him investigate. Helen helps Blanc discover motives for each member of the group to protect Miles from Andy. Lionel and Claire have already staked their reputations on Clear. Miles is financially rescuing Bertie from the fallout of employee child labor, and Duke is using Whiskey to seduce Miles in exchange for a role at Alpha News. Helen also discovers that all 4 other guests visited Andy's home on the day of her death. Helen disrupts the party so she can search the guest rooms for Andy's napkin. When she is shot, Andy's journal in her jacket pocket stops the bullet. But Blanc tells the other guests she was killed, creating an opportunity for her to finish the search in Miles's office. Blanc reveals his deduction that Miles was responsible for both murders. Miles killed Andy after learning she had the napkin, but Duke saw Miles's car leaving her house. When news of Andy's death was finally released online during the party, Duke realized that Miles was responsible and attempted to blackmail him in order to get on Alpha News. This prompted Miles to poison him, exploiting his allergy to pineapple, and to snatch Duke's pistol, with which he would shoot Helen. Helen locates Andy's original napkin in Miles's office, and her true identity and survival is revealed to the group. However, Miles burns the napkin, eliminating the evidence against him. In cathartic anger, Helen destroys Miles's glass sculptures, with Miles's friends joining in. Helen lights a bonfire and throws Clear into it, causing an explosion that destroys the Glass Onion. Helen exposes the Mona Lisa to the fire, destroying it. Realizing the painting's destruction will reveal that Clear is dangerous, ruining Miles, the group decides to testify against him for his crimes. At the beach, Helen and Blanc watch the police boats arrive.